speaking of confidence, you told me yesterday that your truck was really good Friday. Your car yesterday was outstanding, and you dominated that race. And then today's car was the best of all of these. Knowing that you have 500 long miles, how do you temper that and wait to the right time to make your moves here today?
It's really difficult to stay patient when you have a fast car. You feel like everything that goes wrong is, out to get you in a way, but you just have to be strong mentally, and you have to fight through it. And hopefully we can have a no-mistake day where we never get behind. Obviously we have the speed in the car to get up front, but I can't make any mistakes, the crew can't make any mistakes, and that's really easy to do here at Texas. Especially with the way the sun sets here off the corner. You can't really see the wall, so it's easy to put in the fence.
Hey Brad, I know you, as the champion, want to be part of the chase this year. You're not, but does it give you some extra satisfaction, like in Charlotte, to go out here and take points away from these chase contenders on races like this?
Oh, absolutely. I want to win every race, whether it's, the race for the championship or just a race, because there's having one on that day, and I think we've got a shot at it, like I said, today, and my team, this is a great team. Even though we're not in the chase, this is a really great team, but we've got something to prove every weekend.
All right, Brad, thanks for talking with us. You have a great race. We'll look forward to talking with you later on now. Andy's going to talk to your crew chief, Paul Wolf.
Hey, Paul, Andy Petrie in the booth. Do you have us up here?
Sir, Andy, I sure do.
Yeah, along the same lines as Dale talking to Brad about motivation. You guys had a ton to be motivated here last year about being part of that chase and winning it. This year, not a part of the chase, but what's keeping your guys motivated to be racing at the high level that you're racing at right now?
We all love to win races, Andy, and obviously it's disappointing we didn't make the chase, but I promise you one thing, we're working just as hard now as we were during the chase, and I think we showed that here a few weeks back in Charlotte. So, long day today. We'll have to make good calls down here on pit road, have a solid day down here, and try to keep the Miller Lite Ford up front.
Yeah, Paul, your hard work really is showing up, and practice looked good yesterday. Looks like you'll have a good one today. Good luck. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Thanks, Andy.
Also working hard down on the pit lane today, besides Paul Wolf and his team, our team, including Dr. Jerry Plunge. Hi, Doc.
Hey, hi, Alan. How are you, buddy? You don't win 5 Sprint Cup championships without meticulous planning, preparation, and execution. But sometimes, with that said, that there's things you just can't avoid. For example, today, Chad Knaus knows that tire wear could be excessive. He also knows that these 200-mile-per-hour straightaway speeds and sustained RPMs over 500 miles can take its toll on even the best engines like his today. He knows if either one of those problems hit him in the 48 team, this race could be a game changer in the chase. Here's Jamie Little.
Well, 2 weeks ago, while Matt Kenseth was testing here, he blew a tire and hit the wall. Now, the good news is they figured out what they need to do to improve the car for today. The bad news, they're ultra concerned about blowing another tire in today's race. Crew Chief Jason Ratcliffe told me they've got to keep this car freed up and turning well all day to avoid disaster. Mike Massaro?
Sitting 36 points behind the championship leaders, Kyle Busch is realistic. He says the best they can do is win the final 3 races and see where the points fall. If they do that, he says, they will have done their job. In the spring, Busch certainly did his job, scoring the victory. Today, Kyle is looking to complete the Texas sweep and keep his championship hopes alive.
Here's a challenge for 3-time Texas winner Carl Edwards. He was fastest in qualifying on Friday, but yesterday his crew chief told me they didn't feel they had the same advantage over the field. Jimmy Fennig believes that the slicker the track gets today, the better chance his driver has of taking the car to victory lane. Alan Bestwick?
All right, Dave, thanks. So the mile-and-a-half track in Texas and a 500-mile distance. It's 334 laps around this track. Sunset scheduled for 5:34 local time. And some great onboard views for you today, including Brad Keselowski with our Ford EcoBoost camera, Danica Patrick with our GoDaddy on board, Clint Boyer, the 5-hour energy camera, Greg Biffle, the Coke on board, Kyle Busch, the Toyota on board, Matt Kenseth, the Fresh from Florida camera, Jeff Gordon, the Sprint on board, Ryan Newman, the Outback on board, and Jimmy Johnson has our Chevy on board. So those are the views. And here's the start. Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski on the front row are green at Texas. Edwards, Johnson first and second. Keselowski still fighting in that outside lane with Kyle Busch to his inside. Two-car slides from second back to fifth. Here's the race for seventh. 17, Ricky Stenhouse. 27, Paul Menard.
Yeah, like these young men like this racetrack a lot. Expect to see good things from him throughout this day into the evening.
First couple laps, I know it's early, just first couple laps, but any indication that outside lane doesn't quite have the speed in it right now.
But not yet, and I think a lot of that has to do with fresher tires. You can run hard down on the bottom. You have enough grip there. It's going to be after they run 7, 8, 10 laps that you will start seeing them move up some. And I think Brad Keselowski was just kind of testing that. He wanted to take that opportunity, being in that position, to see what he might do later on fresh tires.
The cars are incredibly fast these first few laps. 28 flat's the fastest lap by Carl Edwards. And that's just not really conducive to seeing that second lane come in. I do believe we're going to see it definitely come by midway or even sooner.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see, middle and the very top of this throughout the entire evening. But it'll just take a little bit of time once these tires start falling off, which they have seen in practice, they do very quickly.
And just perspective on those numbers, Andy, that 28 flat is 192 mile-an-hour average speed.
Yeah, that's actually surprising that they're that fast. They weren't even that fast in practice in happy hour. The track's a little cooler. We got a little overcast right now, so it has a lot of grip.
You have to be careful as a driver, though, with all of that grip and everything you've got going right. You've already pointed out that there is the potential of tire issues with the amount of wear that they're seeing. All of that grip. If you're running that kind of speed, that just means that you're abusing the tires a little bit more. You're going to go that fast right now, you're going to have a bigger fall off in the end of a run.
One thing is, too, they cleaned this racetrack before the event with the jet blowers. They've blown it off, all the dust and all the rubber, the loose rubber that's in the little cracks and places in the racetrack, and that does add to the tire wear, especially this first run. I'm sure the teams are going to be nervous until they get these tires off for the first time to look at them.
What a huge win last Sunday in Martinsville for Jeff Gordon. Vaulting him up to third in the championship, broke the season-long dry spell. His last win prior to that was the last race of the 2012 campaign. There's a lot of confidence in that driver and that group coming into this race.
There he is, and well, there should be.